Well, more than 4,000 Canadians are currently waiting for a life-saving organ transplant. 5 people will die waiting every single week. But this Father's Day, a North Saanich dad is celebrating with his son, all thanks to the selfless act of another father. Here's Tess Van Stratton.
North Saanich teen Cohen Wallace loves playing hockey with family friend Don Davidson.
Gotcha.
But their connection goes far deeper.
He's basically, well, he's part of my son, and my son is part of him.
When we first saw Cohen, he was full of tubes.
Tanis and Chris were preparing for the birth of their second child in 2010 when a routine test toward the end of the pregnancy turned their world upside down.
It was devastating, completely devastating.
Cohen's kidneys didn't function. He was too small for a transplant and would die without daily dialysis.
And we got sat down with the doctors and basically asked if we wanted nature to take its course, or were we ready for the fight we were about to have.
Yes, we want to do treatment and keep him alive. He's my baby.
After almost 4 months at BC Children's Hospital in Vancouver, Cohen was stable enough to go home.
The dialysis was a lot of work. It was 8 to 12 hours every day. We had to scrub up like we were going into surgery. We had a medical room in the house.
But in the spring of 2012, the dialysis started to fail. So they had to go to Vancouver 4 times a week for hemodialysis to remove toxins directly from the blood as they searched for a kidney donor. The only viable match in the family, Tanis' sister in Australia, was turned down because her kidneys didn't function well enough. So they put out a desperate call to the community.
When they said they needed somebody, I just knew it would work out for me.
Hey, buddy!
Don, a police officer and father of 2 young children at the time, didn't hesitate to step up to help his friends.
It wasn't really, I'm not sure why it keeps bringing up emotions, but it wasn't even a decision. It was just the right thing to do.
The living donor transplant in February of 2013
my friend Don gave me a kidney.
Saved the 3-year-old's life.
We were so overwhelmed and so grateful, and there really are no words. You can't thank somebody enough to do something like that for you. He saved Cohen's life. This one, that's right after his transplant.
Throughout their ordeal, the David Foster Foundation supported Chris and Tanis, who both had to take a couple years off work, both financially and emotionally, helping them to beat the odds, since 85% of families who don't receive assistance end up in bankruptcy or divorce.
For what the David Foster Foundation does, it almost gives you a family member that you can kind of rely on, and that you can ask questions to, because they've dealt with other families that have gone through the same situation.
For Don, watching Cohen grow up has been an incredible gift.
Very rewarding.
Vital People, brought to you by the Victoria Foundation, connecting people who care with causes that matter.